when I be going through things, talking about it doesn't help relieve it for me. It just, it doesn't, it makes it worse. But it's like a catch 22 because sitting around in my own thoughts as it bounces around, that ain't good either. And I told my therapist that one time. I said, she had asked me, like, well, who do you talk to? And I said, nobody. She said, that's not good. I said, yeah, but people are not qualified to give good feedback. I actually had talked to one of my friends about an issue, and their response, it just wasn't an intelligent response. And it got to a point where had we kept going down that line, it could have affected our friendship, because we were talking about one of my issues, and their standpoint on the issue was, it didn't make logical sense. And sometimes people don't like that about me. They don't. Some things I approach from logical standpoint, and I understand that not everybody does that. People approach things from an emotional standpoint. I got some good news today. A few moments ago, actually. A lot of you know that I'm a videographer, a cinematographer, and it's what I do, it's what I love. I had worked on a couple of projects, actually more than a couple. I had worked on about 4 projects between earlier this year and last year. And I just found out that the first one that I had submitted has been accepted, and it's going to be on streaming platforms pretty soon. So I was excited about that. Really, I am excited about that, because it was a project that was pretty much doomed. But, I stuck with it. I had given up on it because so many things went wrong with it that I just was like, there's no saving this. But in the end, I decided to stick with it, and this is basically the fruits of my labor. So I was very excited. I was skeptical. I was a little nervous at first that it might get rejected, but it was accepted. So that's very exciting. And just as I was sitting in that moment, like happy, just looking through my phone, trying to figure out who to share the information with. I don't have anybody. Another piece of information, or I don't know if you call it information, but something else happened, and it had the opposite effect. Now, I'm not one of those people that likes to talk about my issues like in detail or specifics, because I don't get anything out of talking to people about my problems. At least not a lot of people. I understand sometimes we just need to vent. We just need to get that out. We just need to be heard. We just need our voices to be acknowledged. But I've learned for me that doesn't work in every situation, every problem. It actually only works for very few, for me. Because sometimes there are things that you just need to say your piece. That's all. You just need to say your piece. This person cut me off while I was driving, or, this person was late. It's over. It's like there's nothing that can be done. But I think for certain other things, and as I'm saying this right now, I think for things that are ongoing, like, it's one thing to talk about something that has happened and it is like in the past now, versus talking about something that is currently happening at this moment. So things that are happening in the moment and in the foreseeable future, I don't really get any relief out of talking to people about those things, especially when there's no resolve. There's nothing that a person can do, so I guess that's kind of how I view certain issues in my life. Is what am I talking about it for? Because all I'm really doing is I'm reliving it. And then if I'm talking to you about it and you have no real solution, then it's like confirmation that there's no solution. If I don't tell anybody and I just keep it bottled up, then maybe there's a fantasy in my mind that there might be some way out of this. Even though I don't know, there might be some way. God is going to come through and then this is going to happen. But if I talk to a person and they're like, well, wow, that's a tough one. That's like a nail in the coffin. Boom. Then I talk to another person and they're like, man, it's like another nail in the coffin. And each person I keep talking to, they're all like, wow, ain't nothing you can do. That hurts more. That hurts more. It frustrates me more. It really does. It's like, damn, why did I even tell you for? And then I'm actually reliving it, I go through ups and downs. 1 minute I'll be on cloud 9. Next minute I'll be in a rut. Sometimes things trigger me. Sometimes it just seems to come out of nowhere. Sometimes, I don't know, my brain just gets to drifting and thinking about things. And a lot of time, if I'm being honest, a lot of it comes from replaying events. A lot of it comes from comparison. A lot of it comes from feeling like I'm not living up to my potential. And some of it just comes from like lifing. Life passing by. Comparing my dreams to my reality. That can be a serious wake-up call. One of these days, I'll explain to you guys, I guess, what's going on in my life currently. But right now, it'd be kicking my ass. Some days really be kicking my ass. So when I do have my good days, I have to acknowledge them. I have to document them. I'll post on social media, I feel good today, because there's so many days where I don't feel good. And I gotta take those small wins. It's a lot going on out here. People are going through things. So they say be kind. You never know what somebody's going through.